Hello everyone, I'm Jung-cheol, the professor at the Computer Science of ITC and IGPP in Cambodia. Today I will show you how to set up database server using MySQL on CentOS 6.3. Okay, in this video, I will divide the three parts. Part 1, the focusing on the developing database. Part 2, database administration. And Part 3, MySQL GUI tools, such as phpMyAdmin and MySQL Workbench. Step 1, the basic database terminology. Step 2, MySQL packages, configuration, and the step 4, working with the MySQL database and the displaying MySQL database. In part 2, there are 4 steps. Changes of table and record, user management, backup MySQL database, checking and fixing database. In part 3, I will focus on MySQL GUI tools. Step 1, basic database terminology. MySQL normally create, configures, and communicate with database. And database is organized collection of many data. And the database normally consists of several tables. And each tables contain the record, sometimes we call row, and the record contain field. We call this one columns. For example, in this table, there are 3 fields, field 1, field 2, field 3, and the 3 record. Record 1, record 2, record 3. And the field 1 can be columns, so 3 columns. So name, age, and the favorite color is the field or column name. And each record had 3 field or 3 column. Okay, step 2, MySQL packages. We can download MySQL packages from this website, www.mysql.com. But if we are using now the CentOS 6.3, we can download these packages directly from CentOS website. So first, we have to check using this command rpm-qa5 grep MySQL. So in this case, we need 5 packages. If we don't have this kind of the packages, we can install using this command yum install and each package name. Number 3, MySQL files and directory. After we are successful to install this kind of packages, we can find this kind of file. It is in my .cnf. This is a main configuration file. var library MySQL. This is a data directory. So if we make or create new database normally in this directory, we can find. And the var log MySQL log. This is a main log file. etcrc.init.mysqld. This is a script file. To start MySQL daemon, we have to use this script. And the usr bin MySQL start. So here we can find MySQL all the binary files. Step 3, MySQL configuration. At first, we have to find user and group account for MySQL in the etc password. So MySQL will have, if we are successful to install, then we can find UID 27, GID 27. And after that, number 2, choosing options. If we want to change some options, we can use this one, main configuration file, or usr library exe MySQL debuggers help. Then we can find many options on MySQL daemon. And after that, number 3, service startup, service MySQL start. And after that, the chk config MySQL on. We can register MySQL service to each run level. Number 4, adding administrative users. So at first, after we are successfully install and start this kind of service, we can make administrative user, for example, like a root. So in this case, we can use this command, MySQL admin -root username and password. Here we have used this password. Number 5, process and port checking. And after that, we need to check the exact process and port number using this command, ps-ef and nested-t. And port number will be 3306. Number 6, checking the MySQL working. So we can use this kind of command, MySQL admin -root and password. Using this one, we can check version number and protocol informations. Okay, then let's start MySQL. First, let's check the package. So here you can find MySQL server, connector, MySQL client program, and the development and library like this. So if we don't have this kind of package, just like this, server or MySQL like this. In my case, already I installed this kind of packages, so we can see this kind of message. Okay, and after that, let's check the package and the file, vir library, MySQL, vir log, MySQL log, and after that, usr bin, MySQL, and after that, etc.rc.init, MySQL. So here we can find this kind of things. So first one, etc my.cnf here, and the script file, and here MySQL the demo, the command, and the log file, and the vir library MySQL. So here we can find this kind of database and informations. Okay, then let's check the step 3. Grab MySQL etc password. So here we can find UID 27, GID 27. Okay, and after that, cat etc cnf. So here in this file, we can find this kind of the information. For example, data directory default as a default, vir library MySQL, and the socket will be this one, and username MySQL here, and the symbol of link don't permit, and the log file and the process information. So if we want to change some information, we can use this file. And after that, service SQLD. Okay, in my case, I will use this. I'm sorry, service MySQLD restart. Okay, and after that, let's check the process. So here we can find this one, and the port number, grab okay, here we can find the port number is open, so now this one is working well. Okay, then so now we can see number 2, 3, 4, 5 is activated. Okay, and after that, admin So in my case, I already made this password, so I can see this kind of the command. But after your installation and start the service at first time, then you can make your password. Okay, then. Okay, let's then test MySQL admin root -p version protocol information. So in my case, password. So I can see this kind of information. So now server version 5.1.67, protocol version is 10, and the socket informations. So here I can find the user information like this. So I checked already this one. This MySQL server is working well. Okay, then let's go to the step 4, working with the MySQL databases. So number 1, starting MySQL command. So using MySQL admin, I created administrative user. So now I can access using this command. MySQL minus root and then the minus password. And after that, we can use status or select the version number or current date like this. Number 2, creating database. To create a new database, we can use this command, create database and database name. In my case, I will use data. Or using MySQL admin, also we can make or we can create a new database. MySQL admin, username, password, and create data like this. And after that, we can check using this command, show database. And if we want to use this database, use this command, use the data like this. But sometimes we need to drop or delete database. In this case, we can use this one, drop database data. Number 3, creating table. So now if we are successful to create new database, then we can make tables using this command, create table name. In my video, I will make the table name is a name, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kinds of columns. For example, ID will have the data type integer, not null, and the option auto increment. First name, last name, city have this kind of the data type, this kind of option, and the zip code also. And in this table, ID will be primary key. Okay, and after that, number 4, adding data to MySQL database table. So already we made this kind of table. In my case, the table name will be name. So here, describe name or show created table name. Then we can find all information of the table name. And after that, we can insert the data to table using this command. Insert into name values like this. For example, here, this one will be ID, Tom will be the first name, Win will be the last name, Phnom Penh the city name, and now the current date, and the 11111. This one will be the zip code. And after that, if we want to check this kind of data inserted successful or not, then we can use this command, select star from name. So here star means all column. Number B, loading data from a file. There are 2 kinds of type to insert data to database. So first one is a manual, the entering data. So number B, the loading data from a file. So when we create this kind of file to insert data to database, we have to remember this kind of theory. First one, create the file using Linux text editor like gedit or Emacs or VI. In my case, I will use VI. And each record must be on its own line. So normally here in this file, one line will be one record. And if we want to separate each column, normally we will use tab character. And if any blank line have that, in this case, it means blank line in database table also. Okay, for example, load data local in file root name.txt into table name. In my case, already I made this file room/name.txt. So if I load this file, then the data from this file to insert to this table. And after that, we can check select star from name. Or another way, source root Sakila schema SQL, and Sakila data SQL. In this case, source command normally support the extension, file extension SQL. So in my case, as an example, I'll download this file from MySQL website, and after that, I will insert to this SQL file. Okay, then let's start. Step 4, at first I will start here. Okay, MySQL root password in my case. Okay, show at first data as So it's a default database information scheme MySQL test. In this case, we can this kind of information. So here MySQL and test. So here we can find MySQL test like this. Okay, now let's status. Okay, here we can find the default, the information like username and button name, the protocol buttons, and the default the character set and the socket name like this. Okay, select. Also, we can use this one, date. So here the button, the MySQL button 5.1.67, and today is the March 24th. Okay, now let's try to make a create database. In my case, data. So I'm successful. Then let's check show data bases. So here I can find data like this. Okay, and after that, if we want to use this database, at first use data. So let's check show tables. But in my case, I don't have any table. So here, let's create table, create table name. Okay, ID integer, not null, and the auto increment first name by character 20, not null, the last name will be 20, not null, city by character, this one also not null, call date will be timestamp title type, and not null, zip code will be by character, okay, 10, and not null, and after that primary key will be ID. Okay, so now I create a new table. Okay, here let's check. First one, select from name. Even if I made a table, but now there is no data, so it's empty set. But here we can use the command like this. Describe name, table name. So we can find like describe name. So here we can find field name or column, ID, first name, last name, city, color date, and zip code, and data type like this, and the null, key, and the default extra like this. Okay, now let's try to insert the data or show create table name. So this one, create table name. So at first I use this kind of the data's informations like this. Okay, now insert into name values. Okay, at first, and after that term, and after that win, the Phnom Penh, and after that Okay, here let's use the function, and after that, in my case, 1. Okay. So now I insert one row. Okay, let's check select from name. So I can see these informations. Okay, now I'm successful to create a new table and insert new data like this. But if we try to insert the data like this, then I think we will be boring, or it will take a long time. So we'll use the file. Okay, first here, in my case, I will use this file. Okay, let's check the name txt. Okay, so here I made this kind of information. So 1, 2, 3, 4 record, and each record had 6 the columns. So let's try to load this data. Load data local in file. In my case, root name.txt into table name. Okay, let's check select from data. Okay, name. So at first only 1 like this, but now I insert 4 data more. So now there are the 5 the record. Okay, now let's try to use the source command. In my case, so can you see here Sakila? So let's check. So here there are 3 the SQL the file. So I will use this one. At first, source. Okay, root, in my case, Sakila schema first. Schema SQL. So let's check show tables. Okay, here in the tables in Sakila, so there are many the databases here. Main tables here. Okay, and after that, source root Sakila, and after that Sakila data.sql. Again, source root Sakila data.sql. Okay, show tables and show database. So here you can find the Sakila. Okay, try to use Sakila. So show tables. So there are many tables here, and after that, select. Let's check data from. Okay, first one actor. Okay, here active. So we can see this kind of information. So if we use load and the source, anytime we can insert the data to database. Okay, step 5. Display MySQL databases. Number 1, display all or select record. So select star from in this case, the star will be the columns. And select star from name where last name. In this case, we can decide what make what point the exact the column name. So in this case, maybe data will be the John. Or where first name char or first name. In this case, we can find the data with first name char and first name Tom together. but sometimes we can use and instead of or. In this case, only first name must be Char and the last name must be time. In this case, we can find this data. Number 2, displaying the selected columns. So number 1, in number 1, I just use a star. Star means all column. But number 2, here we can point or write exact the column name. For example, first name, last name, G-code from table name, name. And in this case, first name, last name, city from name. In this case, the first name must be Char. In this case, we can see only first name, last name, city like this. Number 3, sorting data. Select from name ordered by last name. In this case, we can see the all data from the table name, but the order will be made by the last name and this one, city. Okay, then try to use this command. Okay, now try to use data, show tables. So in my case, I made a name table. So here, try to use select. First, select star from table name, name. So we can see this kind of the informations. Or, okay, select star from name. Okay, where? Okay, let's try first name. First name must be, okay, Char. Okay, so in this case, only one record like this. Okay, another one, select star from name, where, okay, first name must be, okay, so, or last name must be phone. So in this case, maybe we can see this information. Okay, now we can see this kind of information. And okay, number 2, displaying selected column. In my case, okay, let's select only. There are, okay, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 the column. So here we can select only, okay, first name, last name, and the city from name. So in this case, we can see only 3 columns. Or select first name, last name from name, where only first name must be Char. So in this case, you can see only one the record. Or number 3, sorting data. Select from order by, okay, last name. Okay, last name. So here you can see here last name. So John first, and the P, S, and W, W like this. Okay, now how about the city? Okay, Delhi, New York, the Phnom Penh, and the Seoul, Tokyo like this. Okay, so far I show you until the step 5. From the step 6, then I will create another video. So see you in the next video.